Hi, everybody, it's Jenny coming back in touch with you, starting round two of HCG, basically to get myself back to where I need to be. Today, according to the scale, I lost 2.5 pounds, which would be a net loss of the past 2 days of 1.5 pounds. So, um, I mean, I gained so much in the past 5 days that all I'm doing is readjusting. So I'm not terribly excited about it, but I did find it difficult yesterday to jump back into HCG diet. I just really did. I just wanted to eat. I wasn't necessarily hungry. I was taking the drops. It wasn't necessarily hunger. It was just that desire to want to eat and the pattern of so many days of overeating that is hard to break. Yeah, I've got issues, folks. I've got issues. So I didn't do great in terms of sticking with the caloric requirement that is needed on HCG. So I ate too much, basically, is what it comes down to. But I didn't have any carbs. That's the good news. Compared to the way I've been eating, there were no desserts, there were no carbs, there were no breads. There was nothing but fats and proteins and vegetables that I consumed, um, and probably more fats than I needed to. Like I needed to have another snack later in the day just for my own psyche, not because I needed to have another snack. Um, okay, I just got a notification. I thought it was my class was starting, but it's about something else. It's from my company that I work for, but it's about something else. Okay, so let's keep going. So yeah, so there we go. I mean, so I needed a snack, and I had a hot dog that was in the refrigerator, and all beef. I think it was Nathan's kosher hot dogs, which I think taste so good. All beef. I had one of those left over from when we had a bonfire outside, and we cooked a bunch, more than we needed, just to have some good. We like to take those to the amusement park with us, like cook them, grill them out, and then put them in a hot dog bun, wrap them in foil, stick them on the dashboard. White trash cooking. But out of everything, I asked the kids what they want. They're like, "Can we have the hot dogs on the dashboard?" It's just like they're already grilled, and then you can put some condiments on it, and it's just soft in the bun, and the bun melts. And I found keto buns that were 2 net carbs. Um, so yeah, no, I didn't even have the keto bun yesterday. I just had the hot dog, so there were even less carbs, but still, that was way more fats than I should have been having, and overall, well more than the 500 calories that I should have been having. So yes, I lost 2.5 pounds. Woohoo! I gained one the day before in loading, and I gained a lot more over the past weekend. I should go back and count out exactly how much, but I got a ways to go, folks. I've got like another 5 pounds to go to get back to where I was. So hopefully I still feel like there's a little water retention in my fingers. So that's an encouraging thing for me, because then that will indicate that it might be easier. I mean, I knew that I didn't gain 5 to 7 pounds over the weekend. I knew that most of it was water retention, but or not most of it. Well, yeah, probably. I don't know. At least half of it was water retention. So hopefully that's still going away slowly, and that will help the numbers come down quicker. All right, but I need to get back on track. So, what were we going to talk about today? I'm going to continue a little bit. As I was reading through what I was going to read to you, I found that some of it was just a little promotional, if you will. And so, because of that, um, I didn't want to just bore you with stuff that didn't make sense, especially because it was linking to other stuff. Um, Although tomorrow I do have another topic in this category that's a link of a link. It's kind of difficult to follow this blog because within the blog there's just links that lead you to something else, and then you kind of start a whole new topic. So I want to try to keep this as linear as possible so that if you're following along from day to day, it makes sense. So now the next two topics, which I thought thought were going to be really exciting to read about, which is how to stop obsessing over food and knowing your triggers around food. Both basically talk about we should stop dieting altogether and just kind of change your psychological mindset. This is not new information. For years, there's been the whole concept of let's stop dieting, let's change your way of life, let's make it a lifestyle change, yada, 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 yada. I know all that stuff, and yet I don't do it. So that doesn't help me. I have never found a way to get me to. Some people are very successful with it. Some people go on HCG just once or twice and they lose like 25 pounds and then they just keep it off. God, I wish I was one of those people. I'm not. I'm just not. I have more psychological issues than other people do when it comes to eating food, clearly. So I thought I would skip down to the last two topics today, which is an exercise in joy and regaining self-control around food. I'll read those, and then tomorrow we will go to that other side category. So let me read to you what it says here in this, and again, let me scroll up to see because I want to reference who. Carrie Dahlgren is the person who has a vlog that I'm taking this information from. So I just want to make sure I give a shout out to her. That's where my source is. All right, she has a topic here called an exercise in joy. It says hedonic eating is an attempt to gain joy. If you don't know what hedonic eating, go watch yesterday's video. We talked about it. So if you want to stop, then you need to get your joy from outside of food. Let me slide this over so I'm not looking over to the side so much. Okay. Take some time to identify your biggest sources of joy. This could be nurturing friendships or relationships, going hiking, being out in nature, or even watching Netflix. It depends on who you are and what you value. For some people, watching Netflix is not really enjoyable. It's a way to just plug in and numb out the world. Whereas to others, Netflix can be an amazing source of joy, especially if you are like a documentary-loving introvert. Things that are joyful change from one person to the next. So whatever your joy turns out to be, make it your priority. And then after that, it has quick summary. If hedonic eating is an attempt to gain joy, one solution involves getting joy outside of food. There's your quick summary, like that. Let's move on to regaining self-control around food. It says, I know this is a lot, but navigating the food thing is literally the same as navigating the life thing. As Gwyneth Roth once said, the way we eat is the way we live. We could probably do a whole month's deep dive into that sentence, huh? The good news is that making progress here will have a beautiful butterfly effect onto the rest of your life. Filling your cup will not only prevent hedonic eating, but it will help you live a fulfilling life too. All right. And then it goes on to talk about their book. She has a book called The Spiritual Seeker's Guide to Stop Binge Eating. Which we might just take a look at together on this site. If you'd like, I could go through it and share with you what we learn. All right, but before we do that, I want to go back. I hope I don't forget to go back, I should say, and click on that link and read it to you. But I do want to spend some time talking about the psychological reasons why we eat even when we feel like we're full. That applies to me yesterday. I was not hungry. It wasn't like I was full, like I was at that uncomfortable fullness, but I guess you could say I was full in that I wasn't hungry, and yet I wanted to keep eating. So I think it'll be interesting to go through all the reasons that she has listed here on why. Let me see how many she has. Some of them are pretty straightforward. I don't think I'm going to read everything below them because I'm sure it's just going to state the obvious, but there are 10 reasons that she lists for why we continue to eat when we're full. All right, so we'll take a look at that tomorrow. I hope you're doing well on your journey. Let me know if there's any topic in particular you want me to share or talk about, and we'll go from there. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye. Oh, let me click out of here. All right, bye.